I did like a 17-minute video, and then I found out that my thing just was basically mute. We're gonna redo this. All right. So this is a Nahida run. I did an Emilie versus Nahida sort of with this, and I'm gonna be real, guys. It's not even a competition, right? We'll get to the Emilie portion. I might even just swap these around. So buy if I swap it, but not buy if I don't swap it, obviously. Let's go ahead and let's, you know, use that exact same team, but instead this time we're gonna have Emilie. I'm gonna have to get to Chamber 2, so I will be right back. Okay, so I've only been picking like character restore HP on elemental burst. I don't buff the characters when we go into this stuff, although it is sort of buffing because of the way that, you know, whatever you call it, you know, works. Fiorina, yeah, that lady. Okay, yep, just get hit. Okay, you getting knocked around. Clorinde, I would appreciate if you didn't do that. All right, so we're gonna pop this. Okay, and as you can see, all right, well, we got a little bit there. Okay, so we should be, oh, we're not done. Yep, okay, so here we go. Not bad, not doing bad whatsoever. There you go, guys. All right. Okay, we do have to focus on the one actually getting applied with Dendro, though. That is one bad thing. With Nahida, it's both of them that's applied with Dendro. With Emilie, it's not. So, yeah. And then as you can see, we've now done 2 rotations for this. Yeah, there you go. And we're still mid-rotation. Yep. Can't, you know, I mean, she would work, but, you know, targeting, man. Targeting. Love it. All right, we're going to reposition there. We're going to do that. All right, here we go. All right. Okay, well, now it's targeting the one that, you know, all right. Well, we got to do this. Okay. Come on. All right. Okay. Honestly, not as bad as the original run, I would say, but, I mean, it's still worse. I mean, look at it. Yep, still doing worse. Yeah. And, oh, okay. Oh, there you go. 8:30. All right. So, we have this here. So, official. Listen to me. Okay, so we have this here. Let's go ahead. Everyone, come on. Alrighty. So, we have this. All right. Sure. All right. First, go. All right. Run. Yeah, the amount of damage that we're doing here is just so much more than Emilie. I'm gonna have to put this at the beginning, or not the beginning, but after Emilie's, because the context to me, you know, saying all this stuff is just so much worse, right? Yeah, just get out of here, get out of here. I'm trying to look at my Bana life meter, and it's just like, you know, all right, so we're gonna use our burst, right? Watch this. So the wolf here, he's not dead. Well, now he is. Yeah, that was my point, right? So my point was going to end up being that, you know, Nahida and Fischl and Fiorina are good enough to the point where you can just, you know, use them sort of as the final, like, killers, right? All right, so we're going to have to do this. All right, so here we go. And 8:45, 8:44, whatever you want to say there is very, it's not great, right? But I'm also not using Clorinde with, like, signature weapon or her C1, right? So that's one thing. I generally like to compare characters like that. So the main reason why you would switch to Emilie for Clorinde is because you don't finish a rotation in the optimal way, and she would still be able to apply Dendro, right? So one thing about Clorinde is that her duration is only 7.5 seconds. Now, so as much of an issue it is for Nahida to apply Dendro to new, like, awakened enemies, Clorinde doesn't really have that problem because her duration is so short, right? So even on, like, the very minuscule parts where, you know, Clorinde, I mean, I think we did it in the Emilie run, and we weren't really able to take advantage of her thing because it was kind of slow at actually hitting the enemies, because the enemies, I think, were initially out of range, and then they moved into range, which then, you know, delayed it a little bit. But we did see Emilie hit the new opponents, but I still refreshed her burst, you know, next to the opponents, because that's what I needed to do, because if not, then they might just walk out of the range and then I was screwed, right? So if I didn't do that, then it would have been bad. If I did, you know, just, you know, refresh it, then we were fine, at least. Now, a lot of the time, I'll be like, Nahida's not really that great of a Dendro applier, because you'll kill the enemies and then you're left with no Dendro for the, you know, let me look at Risley's, right? Risley. I've had it happen to him on like 10 seconds. Now, that's not insane, right? Well, actually, no, never mind. It's not 7.5 seconds because I forgot. He's actually 14 seconds. So it's basically double the duration. So Emilie helps out, Risley a lot better because of, Risley has 14 seconds to kill an enemy. So you could kill an enemy halfway through Risley's E-skill and you would still have enough time to match what Clorinde is, right? So Clorinde with Nahida, it's not as big of an issue, right? And I'm deaf. Is my microphone still working? I hope it is. Sorry, I just had so many audio issues. I hate it, honestly. I don't get why. I think it's Windows 11 is just sort of like audio issues. Yay. Yeah, it just randomly makes me deaf sometimes, and then I have to, disconnect my stuff. I completely forgot what I was trying to say. But basically, you kill someone halfway through Risley's E-skill, and then Clorinde is already finished with her E-skill, right? So that's what I'm trying to say. And also with Clorinde, you have off-field damage dealers doing a lot of the work for you, right? So you have Fiorina and Fischl, and they will do a lot of the work for you and, do the sort of heavy lifting for that last, 20% of HP or 10% of HP, right? So it helps her out because then you're able to just sit there, oh, I'm going to use Fiorina's E-skill real quick. Yeah, and she'll clear out the wolves, right? And I think we saw it in that clip. I know I had a clip in the previous one. Hopefully we saw it. I really want to, I am so mad. I am so mad that recording got destroyed, man. Oh yeah, no, you actually didn't have the microphone because it went so good. So another thing is that Emilie is applying Dendro to one enemy, and Nahida is applying Dendro to every single enemy that she has, right? So you could be in a 5-phase fight, especially it could be pretty bad depending on, the more enemies. Let's say there's 5 enemies that are pretty beefy, right? And you only have Emilie to apply Dendro with them. I'm assuming, this is me just assuming, I'm assuming that you're going to be way better off running Nahida there due to how much she really is actually able to apply AoE Dendro, and then Clorinde is able to do AoE damage to the guys. It'll be better. Whereas with the chamber we just saw, there was only 2 enemies maximum, I think, at best, and that's not an uncommon thing, but we have had chambers where there's 3 or more, right? And it definitely will decrease your DPS, right? And then, I don't know if I've mentioned it yet, but we also have 250 Elemental Mastery coming for Nahida. Not exactly 250 Elemental Mastery, but it's a lot of Elemental Mastery. And she's gonna buff out these guys and make them do way more Hyper Bloom damage, which is one thing. And then also just way more Aggravate damage, which is just great. And that's really good. And yeah, buffing the team, overall, it's just not also, yeah, my Nahida build. Yeah, sure. I just went in full EM, and honestly, it works. Some people will say do a crit build, but honestly, EM build works great on basically every single team, and she still hits for 30k when her E-skill, right? And if I see a comment saying Emilie is meant for burn teams, of course she isn't gonna work with Clorinde. Yeah, but she's also a Dendro off-field applier, which come on, we don't have many of those. Let's be real. Traveler is not a good, Traveler is Circle Impact. He is not fun to play. Everyone knows this. Baiju is another 5-star that I don't have. And then Nahida, her Dendro application is kind of mid, right? I'm talking about, it doesn't work for long duration people, right? It just doesn't. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.